Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out, Black and Yellow Dog app platform of the people. Underdog Sports. That's what's good, my friend.
Yo. Not too much, man. Just been on my grind this morning. Been on my absolute grind.
I did see you in them baseball lobbies this morning. You and I were boxing it up a little bit there. Pretty fun slate, man. 12 gamers are a lot of fun in MLB. You can bounce around. Yeah, you can get some super combos that are always available. You can get some stacks that nobody else wants. You can play some 0% guys. It's a beautiful thing. 12 game baseball.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I am sorry, Frog Clone. Nobody was slurping clock like I was this morning because I was doing upwards of 8 drafts at once. And then I was also I'm working through my field generals as well. So I'm I've got my MacBook, I've got a second monitor, and I'm click, 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 just in a cycle, just nonstop. Unfortunately, didn't have a second to spare to click the draft button. We were queued up all morning. I apologize to anybody that was in my lobbies. I know we vowed to never be these guys, but unfortunately, I am that guy.
Live long enough to see yourself. Live long enough to see yourself become the villain, man.
Seriously.
Yeah. All right. As he checks in on that, I'm gonna pull up a couple some underdog stuff here. We talked about a couple of them yesterday, but some brand new stuff coming to the platform, man. Everybody was filling Numi's DMs. Numi was clowning with us that he had 300 DMs, the most popular he's ever been in his whole life, with all these DMs coming his way. But you're gonna be able to see how many drafts you're in right now. We talked about a potential for a progress bar and stuff like that in the future as well. So this is awesome amendment to the site here, where you choose your avatar down at the base here. You'll be able to see how many contests away until you unlock the next one, and then how many drafts you've done at this point in time. Very cool, shareable feature for the community.
Yeah, this is going to be very sweet, being able to track this in real time. If you're somebody that has a level to jump up to, it's going to be super awesome to chase that. Excellent work, man. This is well worth the dev hours, because now you're incentivizing people to draft. This is great gamification. Love it.
Yeah, anything that incentivizes people to keep wanting to earn, grind, win, whatever it may be, whatever, as trivial as it may sound, to want to have the next color badge. Guys want that, players want that on the site. So anything to incentivize growth in the game and continued filling of lobbies. Speaking of lobbies to fill, Nez, Hope behind the 1s and 2s today, chefing up the Frenchie 4. We are going to draft this one on stream. It is 10K to first. It is a single entry, but a very interesting advance rate format here, followed by a very small final. So very cool here. 6 out of 12 for the regular season. So truly the playoffs is all that matters in this one. Yet it's 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6. So I don't know, man. Some are saying week 15 might be the most important week in the world here.
That's what they're saying. Dude, this is such a I honestly missed this. I missed this contest.
Yeah, just dropped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Love that. Because they've been doing and I'm the huge finals are fun. More people in the finals is good, to an extent. People like that, have that sweat, but this is cool. 26 seat final, $30 single entry. That's fire.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of time box single entry, especially with a slightly higher price point. So I'm a big fan of this one. I hear you on the finals stuff there, because mixed bag in terms of what people like. In a vacuum, it's so good for the site to have larger finals so that people can say finalist in their bio or have sweats late in the season. Dead ass, man. If you go about it by just making the biggest possible finals, it's better for the growth of game than anything else, because you want as many people feeling as live as they possibly could be later in the season. But from the players' angle, I don't want every contest to look that way.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right in terms of the effect that it has on the average user.
Absolutely. GMs to the people in the chat there. I see PPR Tyler. I see the Emo Cowboy. I see Troy. I see Frog. I see G for Gumby, who's going to be making an appearance alongside PPR Tyler. I saw that. That's coming down the hatch. Is that tonight?
Yeah, I think at like 7 Eastern or something.
Wow, we got a double feature coming your way this evening. We got Nezzy Taeks in the streets with Sacrilegious. Love to see that. And then we're gonna have that one as well with PPR Tyler and Gumby. Love to see it. The looks max or
the looks max or
I don't know. It just said
that guy.
Yeah.
He's maxing.
Nez, I got a question for you. Can you hear that side sound right now?
No. Do you hear something from me?
No, you're good. Okay, cool. All right. I just wanted to make sure. There's like a pinging thing on a countdown that I'm waiting for on another browser here. Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to bring up at the top, we touched on it yesterday, but the cardio club is back, man. Merging fitness and drafting best ball makes too much sense. The stacking of habits, the habits of stacking there. And Sam Sherman, who took down the big monster contest last year, did so while doing this. So why not follow suit there? We could also see some guys are already getting into it. Will's down here getting into it there, but a lot of prizes along the way. You got to do 7 of them to get a hat, and then it progressively ramps all the way up to having free max entries to BBM the following year there. So yeah, just wanted to hit on that one last time for the people. You got to be in the Underdog Discord and in that cardio club channel though.
Sorry, I had a dialogue box up and I couldn't unmute my mic. Make sure that you do all those steps because I think like a couple of years ago I forgot to do one of the steps, and
and you missed out.
I didn't even bother like fixing it.
That's brutal. All right, dude. Let's take a look at last night's slate real quickly. There, it was just the short 3-gamer. We talked about it on the show there. A lot of the stuff aged quite well. Skeens ended up being SP1. Evaldi was not. Our guy Trakus, man, who was in a couple of the drafts with us, takes it down. And I believe the words came directly out of our mouths, Nez, that we were like, hey, man, this is the kind of lower scoring slate where you're going to have to find the best plays. You're going to have to find the one-offs. And we're talking 2-1-1-1s was going to be the narrative for last night. And sure enough, Trakus takes first and a tie for second down with that. Mad respect to him.
Yeah, that was a hell of a slate. I did not do as well as our guy Trakus did here, but yeah, slate, and of course, Astros double bubble here, being what you needed. I applaud Trakus here for having a nice night. It was not my slate. We turned
the page. The night before was your slate. Now today can be your slate again.
That's right. I think today is my slate.
There you go. I like it. I like the confidence. We'll talk all that through in a half second. The last thing I want to touch on before we start the baseball breakdown, dude, is on the hoops last night. You were pretty dialed with the pick'em stuff there. We got the Castle turnovers and we got the Vassell threes. Hartenstein, unfortunately, was cooking early, but just did not stay in the ball game long enough to warrant accumulating some more stats there. Just thoughts and feelings on the basketball game last night.
I mean, dude, it was just like, I hate that these games have been like blowouts like this, like it's just, it's pretty annoying. Outside, like game 2 was good. Obviously game 1 was like generational, but outside of that, it's been, three straight blowouts basically. It stinks, but game 7 should be incredible. I'm really looking forward to
game 7. Yeah, obviously really looking forward to game 7 there, but like it as much as like some of these games on the surface have looked like blowouts, they've been pretty competitive throughout. Like last game, not last night, the one prior to that, even though like it kind of looked like it was a blowout there where it was like OKC was up by 15 at one isolated point and stuff like that. It always felt closer than that. Last night was the first like, oh my God, they're waving the white flag at like the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, not pretty, but man, we were so close.
Yeah, we were close last night. We were very close last night. And yeah, just like our analysis from yesterday on what we thought was going to take place. And then what came to fruition was, hey, man, Dylan Harper for secondary handling right now is way healthier than any secondary handling that OKC has in J-Dub or AJ Mitchell right now. And that paid big time dividends, right?
Yeah, for sure. J-Dub, I didn't watch a lot of this game, but seems stupid that he suited up.
Yeah, I mean, I get it from like a dude who wants to be a competitor, but the fact that he's like come back from this hamstring like multiple times now and he's re-aggravated it, like what was 20 minutes last night truly worth? Like what was 10 minutes last night truly worth, right? With the inherent downside, like, hey, just go out there, run the same lineup you guys won the previous game with, and then come back and bring him in for game 7 if he's ready kind of deal would have been my approach. And we talked about that on the show. So I was equally shocked that he suited up last night.
Yeah, weird. And, as far as what to expect from him from game 7, I mean, probably a lot of the same. Like, I don't think he's miraculously going to get a lot better by game 7. It just seemed weird. Just didn't seem optimal. He didn't even talk to the media, I think, after.
Weird. Yeah. He might get a fine like Wemby did then. Not that
Wemby,
really
bad boy of the league. Turns out he was putting hits on guys after all.
All right, dude. We also got puck tonight. Just prayers up for Montreal, everybody. Come on. We need a big bony back-to-back. We need some of those Zamboni sweat teams to get through and be monster onslaught stacks that nobody else has. Come on, one time for your boy. But I fear Nez. They are DOA. They got ran out the building last time, and they should have won a couple of those overtime games. Tried to sneak one out there and had their opportunities, but yeah. All right, dude, let's do the baseball thing. Let's talk about kind of just macros of the slate. Both you and I were in the lobbies earlier this morning, going toe to toe with one another there. You got Sutter Health on here. You got Coors. And then you just got a whole bunch of middling similar totals across the board there. You got some good teams in some tough spots. Nothing like really jumping off the board in a huge way. Every single ball game is either indoors or between 65 and 77 degrees. Like it's just everything is in this tight cluster, and it actually makes for a really great, choose your own adventure style slate this evening. Stone Cold Chalk is just Giants, Yankees, and then sprinklings of Phillies and Dodgers here and there. What have you been noticing, dude?
Like you said, the chalk is pretty strong right now for me, at least. Getting to a lot of Giants, a lot of Yankees, and I kind of have to force myself to do anything else, basically.
Yeah.
Which I think I want to. It's not like it feels bad. Like it does feel good to diversify off that chalk because it's baseball, big slate. A lot of leverage all over the place here. So my goal for the rest of the day is to figure out, where I do need to diversify, where I should spread out some of these exposures. It's stuff we'll talk about,
cool.
On the show.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's touch on weather there. As I said, not a whole lot of outlier stuff there, but a little bit of wind blowing out in Baltimore there, a little bit of wind blowing out at Citi Field. You get the indoor game in the Trop where the batter's eye is always, a little bit of an issue for the road team, historically speaking. Cleveland, winds out to right is good because that's where power plays best there. The warmest game on the slate is 82 degrees in St. Louis there, but winds blowing in. You get the 66 at Wright Field there. You get the 2 Texas games being indoors. You get Coors Field, which will be the hashtag model's favorite place today. Sutter Health will be a close second with slight wind going out and 73 degrees there. You get the best pitching environment being T-Mobile, and then you get a Dodgers game at home here with some wind blowing out. Dodgers Phillies, kind of like a marquee game there. But yeah, you got Zach Wheeler, who is SP1 on the slate as of right now. Not sure I agree with that. Not sure any pitcher ever going against the Dodgers on a 12-game slate should be SP1, but we'll talk about that in a half second. And then if we juxtapose that to what's going on at the ballpark, pal, you see the boosts at Coors Field for run scoring, but not so much for home runs because of the slight wind blowing in, and it's just not overly warm there. You see slight boosts across the board to Sutter Health, and then everything else is just very net neutral and playing to the park, except for the fact that T-Mobile is the hashtag pitcher's paradise.
Yep, that game. That game's going to give me a headache, I think.
There's good, talented bats on both sides, but it's just like you never want to play them at T-Mobile, and you never really want to play it with two professional-ass right-handed pitchers on the mound there. Yeah,
exactly. So that's going to be a difficult one for me to decipher, but I'll get there a little bit. But yeah, that total looks so low.
Yeah, definitely. We can pop on over to both unabated and over to the simulated totals here. But as we said, Coors with this 5.8 on the Giants is the highest on the slate. Rockies thereafter, which was kind of surprising to me, but it intuitively makes sense because it's Coors. You see the Cubs popping a little bit in terms of the sim stuff. You see the Yankees popping, and then everything else is kind of hovering in like the low fours kind of thing. And you can poke holes in everything, or you can build some bull cases for a couple of these spots, in my opinion, and we'll get to those.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, these all check out. Nothing really groundbreaking here.
Yeah, agreed with you there. One interesting dynamic to the slate, just from a macro lens standpoint, we'll talk about pitching as we go, through the rankings there. But we got a couple openers on the slate. We're going to have an opener for Brian Bayo in that Red Sox and Guardians game. We're going to have an opener for Eric Fetty in the Chicago game. So just a couple handedness splits to note in terms of opening lineup you might see versus, what lineup actually plays the majority of the game. Same thing can be said for the Blue Jays. Actually, we talked about Adam Mako yesterday, right? As potentially part of the Spencer Horowitz trade. Was that what we talked about?
I don't remember talking about him.
Oh, it wasn't him? I thought he was included in one of those Horowitz deals. Then I'm misremembering who we talked about. But yeah, he's going to be opening in that Baltimore and the Blue Jays game there. So, you got three openers on the slate, which instantly basically takes three starting pitchers out of the starter pool. But we're not starved for starting pitching on a 12-game slate.
No, thankfully. But the openers and stuff is a thorn in the side. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else you want to say? Just macro as I pull up, we can look at the unabated lines here real quick just to see who are kind of like the biggest favorites on the day and that sort of thing. But anything else you want to touch on in terms of game conditions?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we can just push through.
Okay, cool. In terms of unabated favorites and stuff, the Rays looking like one of the heavier favorites on the slate, although it's not overly daunting. It's a minus 150 line there. Highest totals are coming from both those Coors game and the Sutter Health game, rightfully so, and echo the sentiments of Safeco Field playing down to that 7. Shame on me for calling it T-Mobile 2 minutes ago. Yeah, dude, let's do it. Let's rank out the pitching for the people. And then let's get into some of the stacks we've been liking and some of the picks to click that we have been drafting. Yeah, first thing first that will stand out to you is Zach Wheeler is probably the most talented pitcher on the slate. He's probably the best pitcher on the slate. I don't want to play him against the Dodgers, bro. I'll sprinkle him a bit, but if you're giving me the decision of a couple Coors bats at the top, a couple of those one-offs that I like. You're telling me Aaron Judge and or Zach Wheeler at ADP today. I'm taking the sticks, bro. I'm scrolling at the pitcher position relative to what I'm seeing in the ADP landscape.
Yeah, fully agree. It's just like not necessary to take ADP 3 Zach Wheeler on this slate at all. There's too many good power bats in good spots, or just good bats in good spots, period, to take Zach Wheeler top 3 against the Dodgers. Not necessary. Zach Wheeler is dope. Very fun pitcher to watch. He's so good. Don't need to do that here.
Fully agree with you, man. And I was noticing in some of the sharper rooms this morning that he was sliding a bit, someone always takes the bait still at 7, 8, 9 or something like that.
Yeah, like always like second round at the latest. And
yeah,
even then he doesn't really separate.
Right. ADP adjusted, is he your favorite pitcher on the slate?
Zach Wheeler? Like in a vacuum, you mean?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Not ADP adjusted. Like in a vacuum, if you were just like, who's gonna have the most points today?
Yeah. No, he is not.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, man.
It would be Kirby for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I respect the Kirby take. Arizona's been decent recently, and some of those lefties have been hot. Corbin and Marte, switch hitter. But I am a big Kirby respector and Kirby lover. Yeah. A couple other guys jumped out to me, but we'll talk about them in a half second. Just want to say what up in the chat. A couple guys rolling through. Tyler's rolling through. Nick's rolling through. Easy rolling through. Dude, Easy put me onto this guy on YouTube Golf, and I stayed up really late last night playing poker. Like I went to bed at 5 last night. I'm quite tired. And this golf guy that he put me onto is the funniest thing on YouTube going, man. I love this guy so much. He's like this South African guy living in Thailand who's just knocking the ball around. It's so funny.
I'm glad he kept you entertained. Easy knows his content. I'll say that. Easy definitely knows his content.
I watched him last night for I want to say like 4 hours passively on the side screen while I was sitting here playing poker.
Gotta have something to entertain you whenever you're grinding like that.
Especially late at night when there's not a lot going on and it's just 2 or 3 guys. The only reason I was playing is because I had these 2 monster whales sitting me heads up. So anyways, nobody cares. Yeah, dude, let's, the other one I want to hit on was, if you guys haven't seen Nick's video, man, Nick dropped a heater. Did you see this, Nez?
I don't believe so.
Okay. I'll find it later and we'll drop it in the chat for everyone. But yeah, I'll retweet it or something on the X machine. Yeah. All right, dude. Let's rank out the pitching for the people then. If Zach Wheeler is not our SP1, let's do it relative to ADP and from a target lens standpoint. Who is your favorite SP on the slate? Is it George Kirby?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Respect it, man. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the Citi Field, T-Mobile going for him, and not a terrible lineup with Arizona. They've been really hot lately. The top of that order is solid, but this just to me seems like a pretty good spot for George Kirby, who really bad outing against the Padres at Seattle, funny enough. But I think he when you factor everything in terms of the run total and his K projection here, I think George Kirby is SP1. It's not I'm not pounding the table that he's SP1, but he is my SP1.
Like it. Yes, I'm in lockstep with you there. Just as you were speaking there, Ned, sorry, I was grabbing Nick's link there. I dropped it in the chat for everybody. Go check it out. It's a little bit of a Davis bit that ties into the So You Think You Can Tout stuff. I found it quite humorous and just retweeted that. Yeah, dude, I like everything you're spitting, dude. I'm about that right now. I'm in agreement with you. My initial reaction to the slate when I started drafting this morning was, holy shit, I want to take some swings at the guys down here that nobody else is interested in if everyone in this mid-range is going to be drafted at the frequency in which they are and Wheeler's going to be SP1. And the 2 guys my eyes instantly gravitated to were Kirby and Gore. Those were my 2 ADP adjusted SP1 and 2. And then it was kind of like altering thereafter. Thoughts on Mackenzie Gore next, or do you like other guys before that?
Yeah, he's totally fine, right? He has the run total on his side as well in this one, being in Globe Life, and we were talking about how this lineup for the Royals is not very good against left-handed pitching. So I'm totally fine with that. I don't think he would be my SP2, but I wouldn't tell you that you're wrong for saying that he's yours.
Lay it on me. Who's your SP2?
Mine today would probably be Max Meyer.
Interesting. Like it. Okay, cool. Just buying into scuffling Mets narratives there. Although they coming around a little bit here, but Meyer's been really good. Meyer's been really good in recent memory, and the box scores support it.
Yeah, Meyer's been excellent, like you said. And what I like about Meyer too is the Mets right now have a really lefty heavy lineup, and they're not good lefties, like other than Soto and I guess Benji, but like I'm not really worried about Benji. These lefties aren't good. They strike out a lot, and Max Meyer on the season has a 30% K rate against lefties. So nice. Very much into that.
Good reverse splits pull there.
What's that?
I said good reverse splits pull there for the people.
Yeah. Thank you. He's got the changeup going 16% of the time against lefties. Let's see how the Mets fare against lefties. Oh yeah, not great against right-handed changeups there for these guys. So yeah, I really like Meyer here. He's in a good park as well, and like strong K upside.
Love it, dude. If we're going to rank out a next guy behind him there, is it Peralta in that same game environment? Peralta's been pretty strong the last couple times out, or is it finally time to just be like, hey man, if Wheeler's falling, this is where like we're comfortable with Wheeler for sure.
No, so if we're like just like in a vacuum, man, like I would say Wheeler.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wheeler can piece together a good enough game here. Against the Dodgers.
The floor's high enough with Wheeler that like even when things go wrong, he doesn't typically get shelled. Like he doesn't ever really have a history of like the guy getting shelled.
Yeah. Very good point, right? Like he's got really strong quality start equity. It's just like the ceiling is probably not great. Like that's why we're talking about these other guys first. But yeah he is like safe in that regard. Yeah. But you're not paying. You shouldn't pay up for safe pitching.
Right. Fully agree with you
on
there.
A slate where there's plenty of it.
Yeah, in terms of K rate on the slate for the season here, it goes Rodon, Max Meyer, Mackenzie Gore, Shota, then Wheeler. So, yeah, even when you're paying up, you're not paying up for a dude who's dicing guys apart at the same rate in which some of these other arms are on the slate, and it's a worse matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, very cool, man. Whom would we be next there? I guess we kind of glossed over Peralta, but any love for Freddie Peralta?
Yeah. I mean, he's next. He's next for sure.
Miami's pesky, but they're not like they don't strike fear in your heart in a good pitching environment.
They are pesky indeed. But man, oh man, they've got some strikeouts available here. So Peralta, I think, has a really high ceiling, but like, my goodness, man, like it just seems like this guy can never put together like the nutted start that he's capable of. That's always like marred with earned runs or something or other. But this could this be it? Maybe. I mean, I don't think the win equity is overly high. I'd say it's probably like 50-50 at best going against Max Meyer, but like there's a lot of strikeouts available in this Marlins lineup, and they're just pesky, like you said, man. That's the thing. Like this team just like hangs around, but I think that they're kind of falling back down to earth a little bit. If my anecdotal evidence is correct.
Okay, cool. No, yeah, I think it is. I think it is correct. Yeah, I think they started out like, oh man, maybe we can't mess with this team, but okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, next, is it Shota, or is 100% drafted Shota in the warmest ballpark on the slate, who hasn't been as good the last couple times out, not worth the juice, worth the Shota squeeze here? And would you rather go past it and go to some good pitchers in tough environments today, aka Carlos Rodon and Logan Webb?
Yeah, so I think Rodon is a very fun pick today, but Shota's next for me. Okay. And it's really not that close.
Okay.
Like, I think Rodon probably has a higher ceiling, but man, this Cardinals lineup against left-handed pitching stinks, and Shota has been pretty solid this season. So I mean, he got blown up in his last two starts. Houston, strong right-handed team there. I'm not sure if that was a wind game in Chicago. And then Brewers as well, like, really knocked him around. But outside of that, man, he's had some pretty solid starts mixed in here. When he gets a matchup that favors him, he really takes it to the opposing team. So I'm in on Shota here against the Cardinals.
Yeah, that Cardinals lineup, like, some of those lefties have been good against left-handed pitching, or like held their own. Like Alec Burleson and JJ Weatherholt have been like decent against left-handed pitching, and like, Walker and Herrera are pretty strong, like righty versus lefty splits guys. But then everybody else in that lineup is just kind of like, doesn't strike fear in your heart in any regard. Like they're not going to kill you.
No, they're not. And the conditions in St. Louis, yeah, they're the warmest on the slate. They're not like, oh my God, the ball's about to fly today type of shit.
Yeah, we saw that reflected in the ballpark PAL stuff, despite it being 80 degrees or whatever, warmest on the slate. Yeah. Okay, dude. Now you talked about the Rodon ceiling. Are you more into Carlos Rodon or Logan Webb today?
Rodon for sure.
Interesting. I'm going to bat for Logan Webb today. This Rockies lineup is loaded with strikeouts. It has not been good in recent memory. It's more watered down than it's been in recent memory. Once you take like Moniak and the likes out, he gets the handedness advantage. Sinkers down in Coors. I mean, I don't ever really want to play pitching at Coors. But if you're going to give me like the archetype of a dude who could be a slate winner and nobody's drafting him and the Rockies are awful first night in Coors, I'm kind of taking it, dude. I think that sets up better than right-handed power versus Rodon in Sutter Health.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm definitely taking the easier side here. So, I'm punching down, but you're not wrong that it's Logan Webb, right? Logan Webb against the Rockies, and the Rockies can always suck, and Logan Webb can like give you 8 innings and like and just put on like an absolute masterclass. But he's coming off an injury, and prior to the injury, he has had a bad season. Yeah. So I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about all the fastballs that he's throwing in Colorado. Like, will he get the same results that he gets, elsewhere with these fastballs? Sure. I am not going to be there to find out. And then lastly, the Rockies, yes, they do have a lot of strikeouts in their lineup, way less against righties than they do against lefties. Okay,
good shouts on the split there. That's actually really important because, yeah, they are a stronger lineup with the lefties in there because Troy Johnston, Rumfield, like some of that power plays a bit better. Jake McCarthy moves to the top. Like it, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to be a hero a little bit, but
I like it.
If nobody's going to be drafting him,
I would love for Logan Webb to shove at Coors, like for him to like return. I would love nothing more. Logan Webb is one of my favorite pitchers in the league. I would love for him to return to form.
Respect it, man. I'm just thinking one last thing on Logan Webb here. I'm looking at the Rockies since Moniak has been gone, and I just lost my tab. Where did it go? There it went. Since Moniak's been on the IL, run totals 0, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3. Then they had that game against the Dodgers, 15-6, and then 1 in the no-hit game against Ohtani. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just buying into this recent Rockies lineup being shite.
No, they miss Moniak so badly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. I do like Rumfield, Johnston, and Goodman quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, outside of that, yeah, there's nothing to be scared of here.
Okay, let's go to the best of the rest here, Nez. Is there anybody else to talk about? Can I sell you this pen on like Stephen Kolek having a career outing against the Mariners last time out? I think he only struck out 1 or 2. Yeah, 9 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts there. Stephen Kolek, the prize acquisition in some trade with the Padres once upon a time. There's also Robleski gets, some lefty, although that doesn't really neutralize Schwarber and Harper, who are really good against left-handed pitching. Zach Gallen coming around a little bit in recent memory and in a good place to pitch. Kiwei Tang, man, this guy was insane last 2 times out. I don't know. Any interest in the dumpster dives?
Not particularly, man. No, I just don't think it's necessary. And I haven't gotten there yet. I just don't think that it's necessary. Personally, I'm totally fine with the player pool that I've got going of the guys that we already talked about.
Okay, and is said player pool cutting off at this Logan Webb line there, or is there anybody else you want to add? Trevor Rogers, any interest?
No.
Yeah.
I get, like, if you want to, I don't think it's the worst idea, but like I don't know why you would want to when you have all these other options.
No reason to go double bubble shopping with Luis Severino at home when he's been so outspoken about hating pitching at home. Slade Ciccone, man, I like Slade Ciccone, but I don't think it's not necessary to play. But I will be on record that I streamed him in 2 home leagues today, so I like Slade Ciccone. Let's put that on the record. If you're playing on the redacted side and you need a cheap second pitcher, you get a little asterisk of approval for Slade Ciccone tonight.
Hey man, good old Slade, very fastball heavy. That's I like that type of profile from a guy. I wish you luck on that, but I don't know.
Yeah, cool. All right. ADP adjusted rankings: Kirby, Gore, Max Meyer, Wheeler, Freddie Peralta, Shota, Imanaga, Carlos Rodon, and Logan Webb. That is your 8-pitcher pool, cost adjusted. It looks like Nez and I are going to be waiting on SP today. Fair assessment, my friend?
Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful. All right, dude, let's move into the favorite portion of the program for all the people here, where we do the picks to clicks and the stackings and all that good stuff. Actually, sorry, before I do so, I'll tell you the Cardi ranks on SP today to see if we are in agreement with the hashtag models or not. Give me a half second. And oh, wow. Cardi is seeing the light. He is hanging out with the boys, man. He wants to be a badge bro today, buddy. Cardi's projection updated, and take it with a grain of salt because the scoring format is not 1-to-1, but there is a band of projection that is between basically 3 fantasy points on all these names I'm about to read you. It goes Kirby, Gore, Shota, Peralta, Rodon, Meyer, Gallen, Rogers, Slade Ciccone, and then Zach Wheeler. So, hey, man, Cardi has seen the light, baby. Cardi is drinking the Warner Kool-Aid today.
Man, that is so low on Wheeler. I don't know that I can get that low.
To be fair, in terms of raw fantasy points, it's 4 F redacted fantasy points away from Kirby. So it's like that whole band of whatever that was, 9 names that I just read. Yeah. He's got he's got Webb buried, by the way. So he is not, he's not as rose-colored glasses as me with Webb at Coors.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, dude. Let's talk about the stacks here for the people. We can talk about the skinnies or the fulls or all that good stuff kind of as we go. What I will do is I'll kind of read you the simulated total, and then we'll try and kind of like rank them out here. So 101 stack on the slate, and as he takes, I think it's Giants and Coors. We didn't really talk about the Michael Lorenzen side of things, but he's been shelled last 2 times out there. Giants coming around a little bit. They got some good left-handed power. Put Casey Schmidt on the cover for our guy Awin. I think it's Giants and Coors. What do you like?
Yeah, it's definitely Giants at Coors.
Okay, cool. If we're going to do, and that goes without saying that we will be comfortable with full stacks in that one. If you had to pick a scroll or a play or a pick to click in this environment?
Eldridge.
Yeah, it's got to be Bryce, baby. He's got the handedness advantage. He's got the outfield eligibility now, and he's buried here. He should be hitting probably 6th, I would venture to guess, today. So the lineup spot halfway decent for him, maybe 7. I don't know. But him and Bader both, a little bit of pop. Clone wants to go all the way down to Drew Gilbert. I'll hear you out. Wrap around stack for a left-handed outfielder.
Yeah, there's absolutely no rules.
Yeah, no rules at Coors. Play all the plays. Why not? All right, next up, I'm going to venture to guess it's Yankees for you.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so of the Yankees, an ADP adjusted play that you like? Is there a handedness play that you like? Any interest in anyone in particular?
Oh man, I like them all. I think the one that stands out would probably be your boy Ryan McMahon. But,
talk dirty to me, man. It's a Friday.
Yeah, dude. So McMahon hitting lefty feels right. We're also due for like an Austin Wells slate breaking game, so just throw him in there.
Yeah, I like it, dude. Get the handedness advantage with both of them. Both of them, big swing and miss profiles right there. Ryan McMahon got Dylan Cease last week with the Oppo Taco, and then got one yesterday as well. So yeah, I'm about it, dude.
Yeah. So this stack, obviously looks crazy.
Right on, dude. Next one up for you. Now I think it kind of like I think it gets a little murkier here and a little bit of a line in the sand. But yeah, where do you want to go next?
Yeah, this one, I mean, I don't have like a definitive like this team is my favorite third stack on the day type of call here, but probably the Brewers.
Okay, I respect it, man. Terang's a little bit buried. Yelich has a decent ADP, but like, Brewers feel okay.
Yeah, I think the Brewers are totally fine. When you're in Houston, you prefer the right-handed power for the Crawford boxes, but the Brewers can just like be a nightmare for teams because they walk a lot and they don't strike out. And Tang doesn't necessarily walk a ton of guys, but it's not like he doesn't walk guys. And he's got some issues with lefties, which, the Brewers, that's their calling card, lefty bats on righty arms. So you get to Tang, you get to this terrible bullpen, and it's wheels up for the Brewers. Yeah, this is like I guess I'd call this my favorite, like off the board stack, if you can even call it that.
Sure. Yeah, no, I respect it. Some love in the chat there for Rake Bowers and Garrett Mitchell. Twist my rubber arm. I love a couple lefties with some pop there who are kind of like underpriced relative to the big four in that lineup. So yeah, man, I like it. I think for what it's worth, I think the two kind of like Giants and Yankees stacks are like the top chalk for a reason. And then I think there's a line, and I think we can kind of mix and match like about 4 or 5 stacks in this next little window.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like I'm just they're my favorite, but it's very flat. It's very flat.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave Bowers and Mitchell in there. Coach Nez going out on an absolute limb today and saying the Judge is going to take Sevy Yard.
Wow. I really.
I love
you
it.
say so.
Pitch saying Sevy revenge game. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I don't think I'll ever play Severino at home. Like, it's just Severino at home. He's so outspoken about hating it there, and he's just the results for the last year and a half have been awful for him at home.
Yeah, what's the point? What's the point?
Right. Yeah. What do you win when you win? Okay, dude. Let's keep pushing here with some of these stacks. Yeah, I don't know. I'll flirt some ones that I kind of like your direction, and then you can be the beacon of reason. Okay.
Okay.
Rockies, if you want like a little bit of that Coors game. Cubs with the simulated totals seem to be, I'm not going to say popping, but like they definitely seem a bit higher than I originally thought they would be. Let's leave it at that.
Is it Leahy or Palante pitching today for St. Louis, by the way?
I think it's Leahy. Let me double check here. I saw it was Palante last night, and then I see Leahy now.
That's what Leahy goes tonight is what I'm seeing, but none of the official sources have updated.
Okay.
Like MLB starters, roto grinders, all that jazz is still showing Palante. But yeah, they are going to be facing Leahy. Still a right-hander, but he's worse at the game than Palante.
Yeah, and Leahy was like a guy who was running hot, and we were waiting for the other shoe to drop. And Palante's like a heavy ground ball guy. Yeah. So little bit better matchup for the Cubs there if you get Leahy. Yeah, I don't know. We could, Troy Melton. People are excited about him. Preseason, scroll the F down as a potential, guy who could break out in that back end of that rotation. But, we haven't really seen it yet. So I don't know. You can always play left-handed, White Sox. I like right-handed Athletics. Yeah, where are you at next?
I would say Coors. I would say the Rockies.
That's going to be pretty contrarian because I haven't seen a lot of Rockies get drafted today.
Yeah, that's going to make me draft them.
Yeah.
And the thing that's annoying is like I only want to draft the good guys on the team, but the way Coors works, it can really be any of these guys. But I don't think I'm going to really get to anybody other than the players that are good at baseball here. It could be my downfall, but I'm going to mostly stick with the Rumfield, Goodman, Johnston trio there. Maybe throw in some Tyler Freeman, maybe throw in some Jake McCarthy to make it a 4 stack. Yeah,
respect it. I mean, McCarthy's probably going to be leading off. He's been leading off in the absence of that Moniak and whatever grouping. So, yeah, dude, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Cardi will probably agree with you based on his Logan Webb ranking. So you got that in your corner as well. I do want to just say that we were all talking in the Discord, and for those who aren't in the Discord or weren't actively participant in the baseball thread the other night, the Kyle Caros stuff was fucking hysterical with his dad on the call in those Dodgers game, and he called him the right-handed hitter. Like, it was like he wasn't even acknowledging that it was his kid. It was so funny. And then he strikes out on 2 pitches he strikes out on 3 pitches, don't get me wrong, but on 2 pitches that he watched that were not strikes according to the ABS, but the team was out of challenges. So he was like sugarcoating it. He's like, if they still had their challenges, like he'd still be up there and like whatever. It was pretty funny. It was just like, it was a classic like father covering for his son's AB performance. It was great.
Yeah. It was, I was starting that discourse. Yeah, I was listening to that game, but yeah, it was pretty funny. I would have a lot of trouble calling a game for my own kid for sure.
Oh, dude, I'd be so fucking biased. I'd be like, this guy comes up, he's nails, he's amazing. Watch this. I'd be going crazy. I'd be so biased. I think there's 2 ways to play it. You're either like the super professional broadcaster who just like is always like, tight and buttoned up, and he's got the tie pulled up, and you just kind of like treat every player the same. Or you could be like, just fully lean into it as the bit and be like, just as the color commentator, it's easier than the play-by-play guy.
Yeah, it's way easier.
All right, dude. We're gonna leave Kyle Karras. Actually, no, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a little Willie Castro, something like that. He can move up in the order when he hits from the left side. Maybe a little Troy Johnson or TJ Rumfield pick to click.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Rumfield, really like Johnston. Like I said, they're going to be like cornerstones in those stacks for me.
Okay, cool. I meant to bring this up the first time we talked about Coors there for the other side of the equation. Hard hit percentage against on the slate today. Michael Lorenzen is second on the chart. Venture a guess at which pitcher. We haven't really said his name much. We said his name once as a potential scroll, but do you know who's been hit the hardest this year at a 51.9% clip on the slate today?
Is it Zach Gallen?
It is Zach Gallen, you savant.
Nice.
Dude, wild.
Yeah, he has not been good.
Yeah, I mean, the calling card that's kind of nice that you could say is he's kept the ball on the ground. But, man, yeah, not great, Bob. Not great. Okay, dude. Of those next groupings there, Astros, Rangers, some of the other guys that we were talking about, whom are you into next?
Probably the A's.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you there. Athletics and White Sox are kind of like my next two, I think.
Yeah. White Sox getting Fetty is fun.
Yeah, I think this next tier for me is Athletics, Angels, White Sox, and they're all the same fucking baseball team.
Sorry, they're getting Troy Melton, not Fetty. I apologize, but at any rate, White Sox getting a right-handed pitcher is fun because they mash.
Yes, exactly. How far can you go? Who would you be interested on in the Athletics and White Sox stacks?
Yeah, so the A's, it's the chalk, right? Like, Bangaliers. I'll take Kurtz against lefties. He strikes out a lot, but I'll still take him just in case he connects with one. Rooker, obviously from the right side. Bolte as well.
Yep.
They're that outfielder. So looking at the right-handers there, the bottom of the order is terrible, but top of the order is what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, respect it, man. Fully agree with you. Gelof's been kind of nice for a bit there and then kind of fallen off ever so slightly since, but a little bit of an accumulator profile. Colby Thomas will move up in the order today, but carries pinch hit risk.
Yeah.
Dude, Jonah Heim, now they got Jonah Heim there too, so they're doing kind of like some double catcher stuff and whatnot. Jonah Heim, longtime favorite of the show, but he's been decent, man. He's been decent.
Yeah, no, Jonah Heim can still hit, so yeah, definitely in play.
Yeah, cool with that. I'm going to leave Shea Bangaliers in there because when I took a look at the slate this morning, I thought he was the 101 of mispriced hitters. I took him in like 3 or 4 of my first couple drafts there.
Yeah, he's very much so.
Okay, and then on the White Sox side there, we talked about White Sox and Angels as the next stack. The obvious is obviously Murakami leading the AL in home runs right now. Obviously interested in him today, but any other pick to click that's a bit further down for the people, or are you staying tethered to kind of like the top 4 here?
I mean, I always like Colson Montgomery, but it's that top 4 basically. Yeah. And then like Benintendi against righties always kind of shows up in my projections.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with Benintendi for sure. Cool.
Not a home run threat, but somebody that you can throw into a team.
Yep. And then next, I said Angels. Do you agree with Angels?
You
can say no.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I mean, I don't really like the Angels against right-handed pitching. But it's Nick Martinez, so you got that going for you.
Damn right you do. I don't love playing against Nick Martinez, and I don't love playing in the Trop either. But it's just like a banger bust team. And when you're looking at some of these other stacks, like who has more home run upside than like the Angels on a good night,
Yeah. Yeah, they got some power. I don't think I would have mentioned them.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like in that game, I prefer the Rays.
Ooh, okay, cool. Aranda was a guy who stood out to me as just like a scroll play there who was kind of buried. Yandy Diaz now has outfield eligibility. Outside of the top four, is there anyone you want to get to?
No, but that top four is really, really strong, and these guys hit well in the Trop. Walbert Urena has had good results, right? He has not gotten shelled this season, but this is a dangerous Rays lineup.
Respect it. All right, cool. If we had to pick a favorite, I think I would pick Aranda. Do you agree?
Yeah. Aranda's my favorite.
Okay, cool. All right. Anybody else you want to mention by name before we go full-fledged dumpster diving here?
No, we can get this show rolling.
All right, cool. No interest in like, Cubs or Red Sox, or they're just kind of there.
No, like the Cubs are a good stack today against Leahy. We talk about how Leahy isn't good. Cubs strong left-handed bats there. That looks good for the Cubs. I think the one total that's pretty interesting and eye-popping is this Toronto and Baltimore one. This is like a 9-run total here.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Jays. Do we know who their bulk starter is today?
I did. Yes. Give me a second. I had it somewhere on one of these notes tabs.
I'm guessing it's a righty.
It's the guy who used to pitch for. It's like Austin Volth or whatever. He used to pitch for Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he has not thrown much this season. He's a righty, so that's really good for the left-handed Orioles here. So, your Basallo, Rutschman, Gunnar, Ward and Alonso are actually hitting better off righties this season. So, yeah, Orioles definitely look good. And then Toronto against Trevor Rogers, who Trevor Rogers has just been bad this season. I mean, that's all you really need to say about it. So, you got Waldemore going on there for the right-handers. However, it's still trouble. Like Vlad has been crushing lefties rather. And then Ernie Clement has been really good as well. And can't forget about Okamoto's power. So yeah, Blue Jays are sneaky.
Cool. Yeah. Respect it. I am in agreement with you there. I guess I don't love the lefties there. I guess Varsho will be in there. Lefty. Trevor Rogers' underlying stuff has been like slightly better, and he's been slightly better as of late, but never forget who told you guys not to draft him in best ball. Never forget.
I never saw him on my screen.
Yeah, never saw him or Shane Smith or some of those other guys ever. Okay, cool. Any Marlins or Mets for you today?
No, I don't think so. Like, if anything, probably cheeky Marlins. That would be it. But I don't think so.
Okay,
maybe like one onslaught of each, just to have it.
Okay, cool. One thing I will just note, you talked about Basallo there, and like just to note with the Baltimore lineup that the opener handedness is lefty to open, then righty comes in. So they've faced a bunch of lefties recently. They faced Corbin. They faced someone in the previous series where I played a bunch of Ton for some reason. We had the Kobe Mayo pick to click last night, which was a good one. Yeah, my lean is that they run out a lineup that is like as if they're facing a righty, not as if they're facing a lefty. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, so I think like Colton Cowser will be in there today, and like he hadn't been recently and stuff like that.
Yep, I would anticipate a lefty-heavy lineup.
Okay, cool. I just put Ernie Clement and Basallo in there as some fun scrolls for those stacks that we can just use as placeholders. Yeah, probably no Mets and Marlins there, and other than one-offs, Any reason to get to the Mariners today? And then we have to have the conversation about Dodgers, Phillies, and Tigers, who some people are drafting.
Yeah, you can definitely get to Seattle despite the park it being cold and already being a shit park for hitting, but you can still play Seattle, man. Zach Gallen has not been good. You know, he's a righty, very good for facing this, very good for the Mariners to be facing a righty. So yeah, the Mariners do make sense despite all of the weather and stuff in your face telling you that you can't play them.
How about Luke Raley being the second highest drafted Mariner right now?
Dude, that's just correct. I mean, he's nuts right now. He's absolutely nuts.
Nuke Rakeley, baby. Let's get it. Man, why one time we could have taken down Sam Wilson in the Dinger finals. One time. Julio, dude, I think there's only one player in baseball who has more home runs this month. So that's kind of like sneaky under the radar right now. He's been swinging it really well. Obviously, they had some favorable conditions comparative to home because they were on that East Coast swing, and then they finished in Sutter Health and whatnot. But you could play Julio any night, and he's kind of buried here in terms of ADP. So, yeah, I like it, man. This lineup's pretty strong, and Gallen, as we noted, was the guy getting hit the hardest on the slate. Going to put Nuke Rakeley in there for the people as a placeholder. Anybody else you want to hit on, Nez?
Not really. Like two good offenses in LA, but
yeah,
it's Wheeler. So like Shohei, and I don't know, man. Like that's probably it. Like I don't really feel like playing any of these other Dodgers. Maybe Max Muncy as like a one-off to like hit a home run or something. Maybe he hits two because he does that all the time, it feels like. And then Wroblewski's been annoying. The Brewers finally got to him, and the Braves did too, but he's still pitching to the ninth because he's just a hilarious pitcher. Schwarber one-off would probably be it for me.
Okay, cool. Schwarber one-off. Harper's fine to play against lefty as well. He's been good. And then, as you noted, I think they're probably the two most over-owned stacks on the slate, just from a talent standpoint. They get drafted every time because of the name value. They got big-time power, but like I'm not really playing that ball game. I kind of want to play some dustier bats today than like the big high-profile names.
Yeah, I mean, we spent all show talking about everybody else other than these guys, and for good reason, I think.
Sure, yeah. Any love for like Bobby Witt or a favorite Cub? Like I keep going back to the Matt Bush Matt Bush again playing multiple sports here. Michael Bush yeah. Any interest in anybody else down here? Like Travis Bazzana has been really good. Jose Ramirez is free today, just from a name value standpoint. Draft. Yeah, say again. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean. I like the Guardians lefties today. I think they're going to be similar to the Orioles where, they're facing a lefty opener. I think you still get a lefty heavy lineup because of that, because they're facing Bayo as the bulk pitcher. And we like lefties in this ballpark. And Bayo has been awful against lefties. That's why they're doing the opener,
Bayo's splits with and without an opener this year are insane. Like he's a completely different dude with an opener, which is just, it might just be smoke and mirrors, but it might also be because they're mitigating some of those matchups for him, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think he's a perfect candidate for it, to hopefully get, time through the order out of the way of these like strong lefties at the top of every lineup.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I like the Guardians lefties today. And because they're in that park where we think, lefty power is kind of playing up, you could say the same thing for the Red Sox too. I mean, it's a 12-game slate. If you're, playing at volume, you do want to spread your bullets around. I guess just to make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned. Both those teams are good leverage today.
Cool. All right. I'll use Wheeler as a pick to click, and I'll use Bazzana because they haven't been on our slate in a while, and I don't think people realize how good Travis Bazzana has been.
Yeah, no, that I do not think they get it.
Yeah. Dude, Chase has really fallen off a cliff, eh?
Has he? I thought he was still doing pretty well.
His like monthly splits are like so drastic. He's just like being carried by the first month.
I mean, he's still rocking a 780 OPS. I mean,
Not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good for a late round outfield guy.
yeah.
Would you rather have Chase DeLauder or did I do it again? Dolander, DeLauder?
No, you
Would
said
you rather have
you got him right.
Would you rather have Chase DeLauder or would you rather have JJ Bleday rest the season?
Why are you even asking me this? DeLauder, obviously.
I'd way rather have JJ Bleday. I love that dude. He made a huge mechanical adjustment. I watched a full YouTube video on his mechanical adjustments, bro.
I'm sure he did. Congrats on his like really cool month. Yeah, no one's ever had a good month and fallen off before in the history of baseball.
Yeah, Chase DeLauder the first month.
Oh my god, dude. He still has 100 WRC plus in the month of May. You're wrong.
Oh, good clean fun. Any love for we didn't really talk about Detroit, but I saw a lot of people drafting Detroit. They seemed like an over-owned stack to me relative to the way they've been performing, but they definitely have some talent at the top there. Yeah. Any thoughts on that?
Detroit facing Fetty. Probably okay. Detroit's just been so freaking frustrating. Like they got embarrassed on the day slate yesterday when they really should have, been better. This lineup kind of stinks. But it is Eric Fetty. Yeah, they're probably really good leverage. They're going to be like single digit owned. Like Car Park's going to be the only guy really drafting these guys. Fetty stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm probably sleeping on the Tigers.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I like that lineup with all the lefties at the top usually. Like in a vacuum, I like it. It just hasn't been good thus far for us, as you alluded to. But like in a vacuum, I kind of like the lefties. But when they get the lefty opener, I'm kind of like, are they even going to start? Are they going to come in after the fact? Like, is Colt Keith going to start today, or is he going to come in after the fact? Like, it's just weird. It's a weird lineup to figure out. Like, anyways, yeah, I don't really like Riley Green against lefties. Maybe like a Dylan Dagler one off as a scrolly F down.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about lefty on lefty because Fetty's going to be the bulk pitcher today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And he's bad.
Ivan Herrera picked a click as righty versus lefty, but kind of thin. All right, dude. I think we've said it all. I think it's time we rip a couple drafts here.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think, man, Adley Rutschman's been good this year. Shout out to me for drafting a shitload of them in the dinger. Yeah,
he was an excellent buy low.
Him and Aranda were just like, these guys don't belong down here. Like, why are they down here?
Yeah, I hammered Aranda. That was a lot of fun.
And Muncy. Was another one. Like, what's he doing down here? Will Smith, what's he doing down here?
Yeah, the Muncy price. Yeah, that was egregious. Like, who was taking ABs away from him? Right.
Yeah, well said. Riley's actually been really good against lefties this year, but the Tigers fucking suck. Yeah, him and McGonigal. There you go. Yeah, Muncy price was free. Can't be hammering Aranda. All right, dude, let's rip it. Get in the streets. We've been mixing it up already. Got 5 of them done.
I'm like halfway done with my entries. I might max, I might not, but definitely planning on getting to 100, and I don't normally get to 100 these days.
Good for you. Love to see it.
Appreciate that.
We got Jay Baconator in here, always mixing it up here. We got like T. Rudd, maybe. We got Duke, and then we got Melch and Joshua, 2 friends of the show there. So we got 4 friends of the show and 2 unknowns. If you are a friend of the show and not an unknown, say what up.
Look at that beautiful purple badge.
Oh, buddy. Only 43 of us can live like this.
That's it, and that's all.
when Pete was on the bash yesterday, I was in the chat. I was like, cute yellow badge. And then like 10 minutes later, cute yellow badge. And then like 10 minutes later, cute yellow badge.
had to keep going. Had to keep going.
Just had to make sure he saw it 5 times. Actually, I haven't seen a Davis stream yet. What's Davis rocking? I wonder what color badge Davis has got.
He was embarrassed with his. I think he's like silver or something.
Obscene for a stream, bro.
I mean, if you were to like isolate best ball only,
probably way up there.
Yeah, he would probably be one of the highest.
Mm-hmm. All right, dude, we got the 106 here. Something tells me we're not going to be looking in the direction of pitching. Devers goes there. Jump free. Trust tree, John. How many Davis streams have you ever watched? You gotta be lower than 1.5.
Wow.
Dude, what do you like to do here? Do you like to do the double San Francisco thing? Casey's on the cover.
Yeah, I'm usually double tapping Giants here or double tapping Yankees here.
All right, let's do the Giants one to start. Yeah, just so I don't leave that. Just so I don't fully dodge you. No, I'm a subscribed member and a Davis fan. I'm just not a guy who watches football streams in February. So I tap into him every now and then, see what's up. I get a kick out of Davis talking to the chat and talking about other stuff in life.
Are you a member? Are you a YouTube member, or is that a HIPAA violation?
No, I'm a YouTube member.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a short king. I think I'm a member of that. I'm a member of the Toxic Tower. I'm a member of Bindles. I'm a member of Pete. And Flannelverse. I think those are my memberships, I think.
I have so many memberships going.
Yeah. You just got to support, right? I like gifting memberships. Having been on the other side of this, like the donos and stuff are great and it's really cool, but I like gifting memberships so that guys grow, especially when I know guys are doing members only streams, you know?
Right. Yeah. I'm with you. I think it's a lot of fun to gift memberships, especially gifting Chad Candles memberships. That's so much fun because it's just like a pain in his ass because he does. Have you seen it?
No.
Dude. Oh my God.
Chad is the one guy, admittedly, I'd like to watch more of, but he goes live long
at
before
5 a.m.
Dude, I was still awake at 5 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, like you don't make it for the last guest of Pete's Best Ball Breakfast, let alone.
Sometimes we'll see. Nez, we got some decisions to make here. We could add Matt Chapman to this. We could add Michael Nelson Trout. We could take our SP1 George Kirby.
Let's go Kirby, and then we'll just make this 3 Giants here. We won't go nuts with the Giants.
Okay.
And I think we add like Eldridge or something for.
All right, let's do Bryce, man. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to just add Chapman instinctively there. Chapman's been coming around a little bit, but he's been bad. Yeah,
he has. So I'd much prefer to take the off the board, less than 100% drafted guys there. Could have done Bader as well if we wanted to. Could have done Susak as well. Just a better way to play it, I think. And then it's also really easy to onslaught them because they're all kind of like decent, you know, and they're all there for you.
Sure.
So stopping at 3, I think it'll be interesting to look at Chris's data to see how many times the Giants were stacked and at what builds. So shout out to Chris once again.
Yeah, for what Nez is referring to there, I will drop the UD Tracker app in the chat there for everybody. udtracker.app/today. And you can see the live leaderboards and you can see in real time who stacked what and what the ownership percentiles are. And it looks like Jay Baconator, who is in our draft right now, is also leading the Charles Schwab Challenge right now for 5K. So a lot of golf yet to be played, only 40% complete. Actually, if you guys did not notice, he has this like complete bar at the top. So your like sweat experience, you can like tell how far, if like, hey, should I start sweating yet? Or like, is this too premature to sweat kind of thing?
That's sweet. That was like very needed.
Yeah, it's very cool, man. Yeah, it puts good context to, the people that are like, oh my God, I got bested at the end. And it's like, dude, there was like 27 innings of baseball left. Like, that's not you winning the slate. It's like, it's just the game starting later. I always get a kick out of that.
Yeah. The one, we do have to pour one out for Frog Clone though. Yesterday, man, Frog Clone was in first until the 9th inning of the Red Sox Braves game with like everyone he didn't need up to be up, and they were up like 8 runs, and
gross.
Olsen double, Albies homer. Sorry, he didn't need me to relitigate this.
Dude, and Albies has been terrible. Remember we were like, hey, the hits leaders in the National League? Chapman comes back to us, but we're passing on it, Nez. Let's go scrolling for 2 one-offs. I think Aranda's a good pick to click.
Yeah. I like it. I was going to say that as well whenever you were scrolling down that way, actually.
All right, cool. I like Aranda. I like Shea Bangs. We could get more contrarian than that. We could go with Colson. Julio. You can always play Julio. Who do you like?
Julio, I think, is pretty interesting.
All right, let's do it. Julio as a one-off, because the majority of people who are going to build out their Seattle stuff will probably be stacking it up and playing like kind of a it all goes south for Gallon. Maybe we just need one swing. Just one swing, man. Yeah. That's a very fun way to play that game. Yeah, very much so. GM Joshua rolling through as he's drafting here, and we got a 1 Badge Pro membership dropped off from our guy Troy to make sure he gets that run good for tonight. Love to see it. Totally goaded and coerced him into it after talking about Membes on stream. But someone will have access to watching Nez this evening for a nose strip alongside Sacrilegious. That'll be a lot of fun. Kind of a funny picture on the cover there that Nez put out this morning for that one. 1, 2, 3 build here with Kirby, Adames, Aranda, Casey Schmidt, who's on the cover, Bryce Eldridge as a little bit of a scroll in that stack, and then Julio Rodriguez, who has been hotter than hell in the month of May here and is freer than free in today's drafts. Let's rip another one of those, Nez, and then maybe take a little look in the pick'em lobbies. All right. Just an FYI, I do have a 40-minute warning. So 40-minute warning, he says. He's going to miss another great edition of the Sutter and the Fox. All right. In the interest of Nez's 40-minute window, Kobe Goat's in here. Shit, man. This is a tough lobby, man. Kobe Goats has been killing it in the MLB streets here. Basalo's the guy you need, says the Frog Clone. Okay, I'm listening. In the interest of Nez's time here, I'm going to go home run searching right now, and I'm going to throw out a couple names that we talked about. We talked about Eldritch. Let's see what the price tag is. It's going to be awful at Coors. It's a 189. That means we should be drafting him. Ryan McMahon is another guy we were talking about, and they're not even going to give me a McMahon. They're too scared, Numi. Shook little boy. How about Austin Wells? A 253, not terrible. We could take a little look. Bader was showing up well in the hashtag models. You gonna tempt me with a Harrison Bader 351 in Coors and say I'm not gonna take it? Yeah, exactly right. Fucking playing with fire, Oaks. Oaks is playing with fire in these pick'em lobbies right now. He's about to get canned at the offsite for giving me these prices. I really like Shea Bangs. and Aranda and Montgomery.
There's no way that Bangs is playable.
Yeah, Montgomery, same.
I have another one for you that was popping.
What do you got?
It's your guy, Aranda. That's not bad, but Matt McClain was showing up.
Not on the main slate. Matt McClain popping in the hashtag models. Okay, let's make this pick here. Let's do the opposite of what we said we were going to do last time. So let's do the Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger play.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Could do Giants again. But as you guys can see, the patterns are formulating out here. Okay, I love this McClain one. I just don't want to do it on non-main slate one. You know? I want to stick to our plays. Basallo, Rakely, Julio. Julio's 2-4. Basallo's only 196. We should be drafting him, guys.
Frog Clone is.
Yeah. Cody Bellinger. Come on down. We got Ben Rice. We got Cody Bellinger on this team. Get the handedness advantage against Dostarino in Sutter Health. Clicking all the buttons here. Nuke Rayleigh, a.k.a. Nuke Rakely. A 286, not bad. Rake Bowers or Garrett Mitchell. Rake Bowers with a 2.8. What's Michael Bush getting? A 2.51. Okay, who did you like out of all of those guys, my friend? Bush, Aranda, Rayleigh, Julio. Yeah.
I think Bush.
Okay. Bush at a 2.51. Let's add it in there. We got a little boost daddy. Apparently we got to play 3. Maybe one of these other boost daddies. That's tennis, soccer, and puck. All right. Bonus funds. We got 34.25 in rakeback bonus funds. And he won't even let me bet the 25. Knew me shook. All right. There it is. I have a feeling we're missing a pick right now. Oh no, we're good.
Yeah, dude, we're a bunch of bleeders in here. What did Kobe go to? He went Jazz. He's stepping on our toes here. What the hell is that?
Yeah, let's get back into this draft and see what's good here. All right, so the good people in the lobbies, a little Aaron Judge plus Jazz plus Max Meyer. We ended up getting Shohei Ohtani. I did realize we missed a pick there. Not the worst thing in the world to have a one-off Shohei Ohtani, I guess. What do you like? Brewers?
Yeah, that's fun.
How about contrarian Brewers? Rake Bowers and Garrett Mitchell.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's have a little fun here. Every Brewer stack in the world is going to have
Terang, Yelich, William Contreras.
It's true, my friend.
Not ours, buddy.
Not this one. We're not those guys, pal. We are not those guys.
Why is Kobe Goat doing everything we're doing?
Because Kobe Goat knows ball and he's just messing with us. He's like, yo, these guys.
Dude, he needs to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, Kobe Goat, say what up, man. We know you're hanging.
Just say hey, man. We're not gonna bother you for plays. Just say hi. You're kicking everybody's ass.
He is. We go with Garrett Mitchell there. Gumby noting that Ohtani, ADP 10, the games are alive and well. I wonder, do you think he is the highest projecting player according to Cardi today?
No shot. Absolutely not.
Okay. Let's juxtapose after we select a pitcher here. Kirby's there for us. I like Gore as well. Kirby or Gore?
Let's do Gore this time.
Or Webb? Not
Webb.
Couldn't get him to bite, guys. We'd already scrolled too far to rake Bowers and Mitchell, but Yeah, already watched. Heartbreaking. Let's see here. The highest projecting players on the slate for one Derek Carty, Aaron Judge, Rafi Devers, Willie Adames, Shohei Ohtani, Casey Schmidt, put him on the cover 2 days ago. Juan Soto, Ben Rice, Michael Nelson, Trout, Shea, Bang, Laeers. Man, I'm dialed today.
Hopefully it's a good plays go off type slate.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of good plays.
All right, dude. That concludes the segment there. We got a little bit of a home run pick to click in there for the people. We got ourselves one final team there. Mackenzie Gore at the SP slot. We go with that Ben Rice plus Cody Bellinger. Then we go with Rake Bowers and Garrett Mitchell. And then Shohei Ohtani was a little bit of an auto click in there. But according to Cardi, he's like the highest projecting guy. What was it? Top 5 on the slate. So not the worst thing in the world when you get Shohei Ohtani at ADP 17. It's time, my friends.
Give me a second, John. So I got a pediatrician calling me.
All right. It is officially Frenchie Friday. We have 5 more spots in the Frenchie Friday here. Let's get it. Anthony Volpe may as well be playing at Mexico City, Coors Field, a.k.a. Mexico City North. 3 more spots for the single entry. Surely you guys haven't used up all your bullets just yet. That would be truly sick behavior. Looking at some of these other pick'ems that we liked. Kind of want to get one more cooking here. What if we go... What was Eldridge price again? Oh, man. That's so painful. I kind of want like the Aranda and Basalo one. Just because everyone in the chat is in on it. Man, Basalo's under 2, though. We can't play that. Luke Raley at home. We could do the Luke Raley and Aranda. How about that? Not the greatest thing in the world, but we'll play it. I just want another one to feel alive, you know? Just another one for the people to feel alive. All right, my watch hasn't buzzed yet, so clearly you guys haven't filled this. 2 more spots in the Frenchie 4. Let's get it. Yeah, that one feels more palatable. Like that one feels more obtainable than the first one. Oh, friends, we got like 200 of us hanging out. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. Hit the little retweet link. If you happen to be on the X machine, why don't you hop on over to the YouTube side, support the boys with the subscribe tab there. Keep the lights on in this establishment. Who knows, man? There we go. Perfect. Filled her up. Let's get it. Hopefully we got some friends and family in here. Troy's in here. Frog's in here. E-Money's in here. All right. I see you guys. Brian's in here. Love to see it. Weird Frank. What's good, Weird Frank? The 110, buddy. I'm going to be living rent-free in your head at the 109 this whole draft. We're using the solver, guys. Solver while we draft here. We can map our combos as we go. Actually, speaking of which, we should probably go to the completed tab in the NFL stuff and just sync them up. real quick. That easy. One click of the button. We also got a slow pick going here for this BBM team that we could tap in on. We got a Jaden Daniels and and Dak Prescott team. CeeDee Lamb plus AJ Brown plus Derrick Henry. That's a fun start, man. That's a fun start in this BBM here. Lad McConkey, a couple of early tight ends there. No Washington stack yet with Jaden, but we can make it make sense later. Man, what do you guys think about this? Just taking the let's take Pacheco. I was gonna say we could do the Keaton Mitchell or we could do the Pacheco thing. Let's do the Pacheco thing. We already got a Laporta bet. Let's have a little fun. Okay. We are on the clock. Oh my goodness. Let's go. We got Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb in
Ashton Genty.
No chance.
Oh my God, dude.
Single entry. We're getting CeeDee Lamb, buddy. Ever heard of him?
Oh my God.
Fuck Ashton Genty. Dude stinks. Went to Boise State, bro.
CeeDee Lamb's not even the wide receiver one on his own team, man.
He's the best. I honestly, if CeeDee Lamb was wide receiver one overall this season, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I would be shocked. I would be absolutely floored. He does not, because like, did George Pickens die? Like,
dude, George Pickens, the splits when George Pickens and both CD were there, like CD dominated. All the George Pickens stuff was those games CD missed.
How many touchdowns did CeeDee Lamb have without looking last year?
Not many. I remember that vividly. Oh, this is Derrick Henry. This is the big dog all the way here.
I'm fine with the big dog here, but CD just cannot be wide receiver one overall when Puka exists, Jamar Chase exists, all these guys ahead of him whenever he is dealing with one, George Pickens on his team, two, potentially like the Cowboys could just be like too good for CD too. I think the Cowboys could be really, really good this year. And that would be a problem for CD as well. Like Amon-Ra Moggs him, like, yeah, I would be shocked, man. I have no problem with CD as a pick. I think he's safe, but like, I respectfully disagree with the CeeDee Lamb wide receiver one take.
All right. I will hear you out on it. I could go full bear case on everyone in front of him to make CD the 101. You ready?
I don't think I can stop you. So
Bijan doesn't even have a quarterback, and Brian Robinson's way better than Tyler Algier. He's going to usurp so much. Jahmyr Gibbs is a glorified scat back. He's going to have like a fringe Alvin Kamara style role and not peak Alvin Kamara style role. Pacheco's just been hurt the last couple of years. He's coming in and being David Montgomery 2.0. Jamar Chase, I can't really poke that many. Burrow's not exactly a beacon of health. They're favorites in like 15 of their 17 games or whatever the fuck. And that doesn't bode well for throwing the football. That means they're going to be establishing it way heavier. They want to keep Burrow healthy for the season. Puka Nacua has legal troubles and is in rehab. JSN was a flash in the pan, and Sam Darnold turns into a pumpkin. CMC is making content at Disneyland now, and he is a shell of himself, and the inefficiency metrics were awful last year. Amon-Ra St. Brown is half as good as his brother, Equininius St. Brown. Bring that guy back. That guy was a bodybuilder. Mr. Universe, my ass, to his father. This guy is a glorified slot wide receiver. Jonathan Taylor, so much systemic risk in that offense because Daniel Jones is not ready for the start of camp. CeeDee Lamb 101. Boom.
All right. That could age like fine wine.
Do you want to go Javonte stacking it up here and then catch a wide receiver, or do you like Devonta Smith?
Javonte Williams.
I haven't done a ton of Javonte Williams. I guess when you make the Dallas bet, it makes sense to correlate it in some regard there. I don't know where we at Jacobs right now. We had the conversation on the full scroll the F down the other day about like taking Marshawn Lloyd and whatever, and he's at OTAs, and then sure shit, he's not at OTAs all of a sudden, gets hurt yesterday. He's not participating. Who knows how how bad it could be. We're talking about injuries on May 29th, but this is a dude with an absolute history of being banged up.
Yeah. To be fair, it was undisclosed. We don't know. We don't know why he sat, but he did sit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think he's like an absolute smash in the 18th round.
Do we just take Jacobs when he falls to the 4th?
No.
Okay. Tet
Igbuka is fine with me.
All right, we'll take that then.
I think the Jacobs stuff is not good. It's no longer his word against hers.
Uh-huh.
Like the neighbor called the cops because she heard commotion. And so we don't know if she's like an eyewitness, but she did call the cops on the incident. So when you can corroborate some of this stuff, not good.
Yeah, you get into Kareem Hunt and Ray Rice territory with video footage and whatever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like the NFL really needs to see it to believe it. I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, but yeah, I don't feel good about Jacobs this season. I do think that the Packers, if Jacobs is like cooked, the Packers probably make an acquisition. And you know, we kind of talked about it maybe yesterday, a couple of days ago. I don't remember, but like James Conner, Trey Benson, Najee Harris type of deal. But Lloyd, yeah, dude, he just can't. He just is never healthy. But dude, I think he's pretty good at football.
We have no idea if he's good at football. Yeah. We have no idea if he's good at football. He might not even be the same dude anymore. Like you could throw on some old school USC tape and be like, maybe he's not even the same dude.
Dude, he's fresh legs.
Fresh legs, yeah. All right, dude. Interesting start for us because this is the first time I think I've had a Javonte Williams and a Tet share there. Ladd is a big time my guy in this range. I would have been interested in him, but he didn't come back. We're seeing that Luther Burden, little bit of steam after the Ben Johnson stuff yesterday. I would have been more apt to take Jacobs in BBM and like get a unique combo and get like something that could never be available again kind of vibe than in a time box contest. That's just kind of like one initial starting point. Troy's asking, how do you draft the single entry contest in the time box differently? Like, is it truly a get your guys season for you? Do you throw a little bit of ADP more out the window because you don't have to worry about CLV as much? How do you treat it differently?
I mean, I treat all of them differently depending on the advance rate. This one's different because it's 6 out of 12 advance. So you can really push it and shoot for the finals here. It's a small finals too. So it's not like you need to like, thread a needle necessarily. I don't treat it all that differently. Not very much, is going to change for me. I'm still trying to win the tournament today. You know what I mean? As I would draft BBM, I would try to, win something today. If anything, maybe just play a little bit safer, but 6 out of 12, you don't have to do that. Like you can really try to like, play for some crazy scenarios.
Lamar makes sense here. We could also go with the Doomsday, the Tate, this kind of like pocket. Who do you like? Price?
Doomsday. Let's get some Doomsday in your life.
Yeah. I mean, you better be giving me equity in your single entry $30 because I wouldn't have taken 3 of these guys so far.
We can share it. I'll send you mine after. But
all right.
I mean, dude, Rome clear wide receiver 2 in Chicago with Caleb.
And they used him in the Bob Ross video instead of using Luther.
That's the most important part, isn't it?
The signs, baby. Where are you getting that hard-hitting analysis? Oh, man. I had a fucking busy weekend. I shouldn't have stayed up so late last night. It wasn't even worth it. I took an absolute bath.
No. Yeah. I thought you had that guy dead to rights.
Oh, we had them dead to rights, buddy. The funny thing about that is sometimes it doesn't fucking matter. Caleb's here if we want to skinny stack it. We could also do Price. Pretty good price tag for Price.
Decent ADP on Price there.
Okay.
I'm cool with that. We can, like, this is an example. Like, I mean, Price theoretically is like an early season play, but I think he still makes sense in a 6 out of 12 where, like, we really don't know the range of outcomes for him, and we kind of can take the good with the bad. I don't really love him in like a 2 out of 12 format.
Okay. Yeah, respect it. Good takes all around there. Yeah, I guess structurally speaking, like this 6 out of 12, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6, 26 person final, like what does that change for you? Like you don't need as much 17 correlation. You don't have to ape game environments. It's kind of like, I don't know what stands out to you that should be different from our strategy standpoint. Like, should these rosters look kind of like eliminator ass teams?
No, I don't think so. I think you should, like, you can kind of like take more risks, you know, because a lot of these bets that, you know, we're making for chaos, they're not all going to hit right away, you know, but you could have, you know, a lot of, you know, you could have exposure to a guy that, hey, he's like finally coming into his own at like week 13 or week 12, wasn't helping you advance, but now that you got him through, you're jumping for joy. Like you can take bigger risks and not, you know, and still advance and then have like a nasty team for the finals. So I think it's actually like more advantageous because, like, you know, we're trying to win the damn tournament. So you get way more leeway to build something that's like super 1% outcome. And, you know, you're not getting punished in the regular season by an advance rate, bro.
Yeah, good shouts. Makes total sense to me. Would you prioritize week 15 and 16 in terms of correlation over 17?
Probably not, but I also I don't really prioritize correlation like at all.
Sure. Okay. Respect. I think I would go matchup hunting in 15 and 16.
You think so?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, you know, the Bears stuff didn't really jump out to me because we hate that 15, 16, 17 schedule. So like I probably would have passed on it, but like yeah, like just because it's so easy in parentheses, as long as you stay healthy to advance 6 out of 12, that like in my mind, all that matters is how do you separate in that first week of the playoffs and in that second week of the playoffs to get you to the final. So I think if you could find like a cumulative like schedule that like really pops, like Arizona has the Jets and at Saints. Like I'm not an Arizona guy, but like that's kind of interesting for like a separator when, you know, they don't have to be good all year. Like they could be 0-12 and then they separate in those two matchups, right? Because you could sneak some guys through.
Really good example with Arizona. Like Jeremiah Love, I think like gets a really big boost in this contest for that exact reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd kind of like soft fade like some of the Houston matchup stuff. Like the Eagles have that. And then there's kind of merit in like the fully correlated ones where we were talking about the overlap in correlation, like San Francisco, KC, and the Chargers. Like that sounds interesting to me. Holy fuck, we missed that pick and we stacked up Dak accidentally.
Dude, even I miss it. I don't know. I'm like,
we're just like looking at the schedule, vibing.
I was locked in on that conversation.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. All right, that made total sense. I mean, Michael Wilson,
I think Wilson. He's the type of
Okay.
guy like that, based on like the way that I was kind of talking about the profiles of players that I like in a 6 out of 12 first round. Like Michael Wilson is like absolutely like one of those guys.
All right. I like it. Cracking open a beer for the bros. Love it. That's the vibes we need for Frenchie Friday right now. Keep
That's
a couple
awesome.
of those flowing. You'll catch yourself an after dark no strip Nez here.
Yep.
I mean, woo, love to see it. I take it easy tonight though. We're doing a bike ride, like a raised money for like a cancer bike ride tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that, and then we got like a engagement party. But this engagement party, man, is like a wedding. It's like bigger than our wedding. It's like two brothers, and they're like East Indian guys, and they do like the full blowout. Like there's like a whole ceremony. Like they do the hentai and like stuff on the hands. They do like the, is that what it's called? What is it called? And then they do like the yellow paint on the face stuff, like the
Henna.
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 And then they sit there and like you put the yellow paint. Have you been to one of these before?
No.
They're wild, man. They're the craziest parties.
My cousin got married in India, and I got invited to go, and couldn't make it at the time. Unfortunately, really wanted to. I forget what was going on. Maybe Bria was pregnant or something, or we just had like a trip. But like, yeah, I didn't get to see all the festivities, which I was pretty bummed out about. But yeah, they definitely are not doing what you said, and definitely are getting henna tattoos.
Oh, good shit. Yeah, and like the women are all wearing, it's like almost like a wedding, but it's not. They're still having a wedding. It's crazy.
Yeah,
but
that's a popular thing, like in different countries like that, where they do like multiple day celebrations.
Yeah. So I've been to a couple in the past for like a couple of my buddies, but this is the first one that I've been to that's like for the engagement. Like it's a little bit different.
So it's gonna be like crazy, is what you're saying?
No, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's like this massive house on a winery, and there's like 400 people coming, like 200 for each of the like the brother and the other brother, and they're like decent buddies too. One of them's the guy you met in L.A., Carter.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's him and his brother.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Appreciate you, Yosh.
Oh.
All right, dude. We got to land this plane somehow. We've been bouncing all over the place.
We're in good shape.
Here we go. Kobe Goat, dude. Let's go. Lurking for 2 months.
Lapuki James. No way, man. Are you? Are you, or or did you just like see the opportunity to like?
My son created my YouTube name.
All right, I believe you. I believe you, Pookie. All right, cool.
We got 13 seconds, Nez. Kyler backstack or set up a love one with Golden.
Golden.
You like Golden more than Pittman?
This 6 out of 12 is such a beautiful opportunity to like take on these high risk guys that like can just pop when you need them to.
I like it. I'm here for it.
Golden is like right in that mold.
If Love comes back around the corner, are we going to take it? There's a craft drafter between us, but
I don't think that we have to, but it would look good. He has.
Otherwise, I think we get kind of like, this is that quarterback window where like if you don't take it, like you're really scrambling. But
Love goes.
Yeah.
Knicks goes.
Yeah.
So if you're scared, you can do Baker or Shuck. Otherwise, I do like Bill or Kittle.
You like Bill more than Kittle?
Yeah, Kittle's
good for this format.
Yeah, like Kittle is perfect for 6 out of 12.
Yeah.
It's exactly who you should be taking. And like, low-key, like Zach Charbonnet on this team? No, not with Price.
We got Price. I don't know, man. I'm not like as in on Sharps as everybody else is. Like that was a pretty gruesome injury. Like the timeline, I know there's a chance he just comes back and like gets the goal line work and they love him in pass pro and he's just like a monster, but like, I don't know, man. I think it's way thinner than people give credit for.
Yeah, I don't take him.
Yeah.
But like
it's like a 9-leg parlay that he matters.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Like he's like he's essentially a stone zero for the regular season.
Right. Be interesting to see what we get back at the quarterback position, because one quarterback Dak team through 10 is like always like an uncomfortable feeling in the new landscape.
Yeah, but like Dak's gonna ball out.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. Don't worry about the 3 QB propaganda, man. Don't listen to that shit.
We're going back to our 2-6-8-2 roots.
I mean, maybe not 2 tight ends here with Kittle, but like, God, I'm not going to be swayed.
All right.
You can't make me. You can't make
I will say 3 quarterback is way better in this format. Like exponentially more important in this format because of the ping ponging effect of getting through when the regular season means nothing and you just need a mean score to get through. You can get through with anyone at quarterback. But if you show up to week 15 with 2 quarterbacks, you lose outs at the 1 out of 6, and you're going to have so much overlap in rosters. Yeah, fucking nailed it. I nailed that.
I do think you're right. Ferg makes too much sense.
Yeah. I mean, I would hear you out on Diggs, but like, I think the Ferg super stack just lines up here. Maybe we cannibalize our ceiling a little bit, but
no, not at all.
Okay.
This is the Dak bet. The Cowboys bet.
Yeah. Cowboys go Burr. All right, we'll recap it after this next pick here. I'm thinking of some guys, man. There goes one of them.
Diggs.
Yeah.
Man, if Diggs goes to KC, it's going to be stupid. He's going to go so fucking high.
Yeah. Coker's here. We already got Tet. We might just want to pull up Bryce now. We could do Willis. All right.
We need that second quarterback. He doesn't have to be stacked.
Okay.
We don't have to think about it too hard.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to end up. I mean, I hope we end up with Bryce next, too. Because I would like to have 3 quarterbacks. Another cool strategy for this contest, we were just talking about quarterbacks, and it's a little gal brain. Eating a double bye week quarterback for uniqueness ping-ponging in the finals is like really smart in this contest because you can eat a 0 and still advance 6 out of 12.
Yeah. And literally like solo onesies, 1-8-8-1. Like, are you on board for that?
I get the thesis. I think it's bridged too far when the final's like so small, but I get the thesis.
Well, I think you might have 50% equity in something like that soon.
Okay. I'm good with it. Yeah. Try it.
We'll see. I won't force it. But I do think like he's like in that same vein. Yeah. Super, super fun idea.
All right. I'm going to recap it for the people here. And hopefully our next pick is in the queue right now. Although I did see Mr. Frank just go ahead and take Coker there. So who knows? We might not be marked safe. But we got a Super Dallas stack here that we were talking about schedules and got carried away and just lucked into the fact that it's stacked, to be honest, because that could have been a naked quarterback. We got Dak, we got Malik Willis, we got Derrick Henry, I almost said Hunter Henry, Javonte Williams, and Jadarian Price. And then we got CeeDee Lamb, Ted Arroyo, McMillan, Roma Doomsday, Michael Wilson, Matthew Golden, George Kittle, and Jake Ferguson. So pretty solid team right now. I'm not like jumping up and down about it, but I like it.
Yeah, no, I like it right now too, man. Like, I think this is a very well balanced team. This is a good team. This team might be the highest scoring best ball team in all of Underdog. and we were playing it in a 6 out of 12 because we finally feel the freedom to get crazy.
It's true. What do you think about Pacheco? I saw Ian Hartit's tweet about Pacheco yesterday about being one of his highest drafted, and I kind of tongue in cheek made the bull case there. But yeah,
it's probably better than I think it is,
okay.
But like stone zero Pacheco right now.
Yeah. We're up here, dude. We could just take Sam Darnold because it's like clearly the end of a tier and we have Price. I would kind of like to.
Yeah, hit quarterback.
There's
yeah,
nothing.
Darnold or Mendoza.
Yeah. Like Darnold's like so clearly ahead of Mendoza for me, like literally like 50 picks ahead. And even if we're not stacked right now, like you got some tight end outs, you got, a scroll the F down, Torrey Horton in the last round out, and we got the Price stack. So I'm good with it.
Okay.
I really want 3 to ping pong the finals, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got 3 good ones there. And Cups, a last round darling as well.
New listener. Here we go. In the 111 spot here. Thoughts on what the 12 drafted did with
they went crazy with the QBs there. Triple.
Burrow, Hurts, Herbert. I think it's better in this format than other formats. I think it's too much too soon.
Naked Burrow, and then you take 2 more quarterbacks is interesting.
Yeah, the naked Burrow pick might have been an auto.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Because that's insane to take it when the guy beside you has T. Higgins. Who do you like, dude?
Samson or Brian Robinson?
All right, let's go with Brian Robinson. We like Brian Robinson around here.
Perfect. All right. Land this plane. I trust you.
Oh, my God.
Draft as though you have 50% of my equity at stake and you don't want to disappoint me.
Oh, my goodness. So much pressure.
You've never felt pressure in your life.
It's true.
All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'll see you tonight. John, thank you for a great show. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your parties.
Thank you. Peace out, my friend. Definitely tap into Nez this evening, even if you can't watch it live. Sacrilegious is a true ball knower. Yeah, that'll be a fun show. And they'll talk about the implications of some of the deep down the rabbit hole stuff, like the S words and the sidekick and the simulations and all that good stuff. So that'll be a fun episode this evening. Sack's a lot of fun to listen to. Looking forward to that one myself, but I will be watching it on replay tomorrow morning for sure. Scribbling's getting some buzz in the old camp streets there. I mean, just OTAs right now, but getting some glaze about an immediate role and could be one of the best blockers, blah, blah, blah. Trey Tucker and Naylor continue to go side by side. Jeremy Bernard gets pushed up by the solver and ETR users. We're done at quarterback here for sure. 3, 4, 5, 2. Like, we're done at quarterback. We're probably good with just one more running back. Probably want one more tight end. If AJ Barner comes back to us right here, which he probably should, I think he's a good pick. I wonder if there's any merit in doing the Charbonnet / Price thing. It's probably bad. It's probably bad to waste a roster spot on it. Although Nez was right that this is a better format for Charbs. Man, Ryan Flournoy is getting that steam job. Flournoy, Williams, Bernard. Those are kind of like the guys that the powers at B have decided are the good plays. Let's make it all make sense. Let's take AJ Barner so we have a pass catcher that goes alongside Sam Darnold that's not just a running back. And then we're done. We're done there. So I think this is going to be a 3-5-7-3 by the looks of it. We didn't necessarily have to go 3 at both the onesies, but I wanted to. I think it's really good when you only have to advance 6 out of 12. I think it's good for like the ping-ponging effects, but yeah. Oh. This is an emo-ass QB draft. Purple Yoshin, Pacheco's a good click. Lions O-line improved and their schedule is easy equals garbage time touchdowns. Yeah. I mean, if you flipped the cards at the end of the year and Pacheco had like 500 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns without any contingent, work, he just had like Gibbs stayed healthy all year and he just kind of had like a half of a David Montgomery season, I'd be there for it. I'm not really big on Trey Harris. Let's shake Jerry Jeudy. I don't know if that's a good pick or not. Solver kind of liked it. I'm not sure that I did. Interesting that the Solver is suggesting Emmanuel Wilson still, even though we have Price. Kind of like the Charbs thesis, but in a slightly different vein. Ooh, go easy cards. Would you rather play one game in the NHL or play in the Olympics for Canada? Well, the one year that they had hockey in the Olympics for non-professional players, like non-NHLers, like there were a lot of guys that played in that. I guess that was 2 Olympics ago or something like that, probably overlapping with COVID, probably Tokyo. But yeah, I think it's a game in the NHL. I mean, playing for your country would be like super sick, but if you were good enough to play one game in the NHL, chances are you've had an opportunity to play for your country at some other point in time leading up to that, whether it be World Juniors, whether it be, like the World Hockey Championships are on right now. And like Canada played US yesterday and like, Celebrini was there, Sid was there, like all that sort of stuff. So chances are you have another opportunity in your lifetime to, don the Maple Leaf. So I think I'd pick a game in the Chell. And the trickle down effects of having one game in the Chell are like so huge for international contract signing money that like you could live quite comfortably playing pro hockey for like the next, 5 to 10 years somewhere in Europe, like making like, a couple $100,000 euros a year and getting all your shit paid for and playing professional hockey just with like a handful of games in the show, basically. I think I'd take the game in the show. If you told me if there was no trickle down effects and I was only ever just going to have that one opportunity, then I think you have to say Olympics. But Man, I know like buddies who played for like Team Canada in the Olympics for baseball and stuff like that, and they never got a big league at bat. Like they fizzled out in AAA, like that kind of thing. I think I kind of like Christian Kirk. What do you guys think? AD Mitchell's okay. Christian Kirk's okay. Chris Bell stacks. I mean, that's the nice thing I could say. And like Chris Bell's a bad pick in. Let's just take the ceiling shot on Tyreek. Like what you win when you win seems so much bigger. But like, Torrey Horton was a fine pick. Cooper Kupp was a fine pick. Adonai Mitchell was a fine pick. Keon Coleman's a fine pick, if you want to believe that narrative. All right, Go Easy Cards has got the bangers today. What professional athlete would you like to do a night out on the town? Mine would be Dennis Rodman or Tiger Woods pre-divorce. I mean, those would definitely be like the most rowdy. Like those would be the wildest. Like you would come back with like some crazy ass story. All right, now I think we just take a dart throw at the running back position. And I think James Conner's fine if you think he ends up in Green Bay and or is a trade candidate. Let's go with it. I think Ray Davis would be like way chalkier. Let's have some fun. I think James Conner could still play football and still have like a decent role. And just because they brought in Algier for the new regime, and just because they drafted a running back at the top end of the first round there, doesn't imply that like James Conner can't play football somewhere else, right? If he stays in Arizona, it's a terrible pick. But the thesis of the play is not him staying in Arizona. I don't really know how to feel about those last 3 picks after Nez left. Yeah. Jumfrey saying Big Best Ball's telling him he can't have 100% pits, but he won't listen. I think it's probably fine, man. He was the guy you needed last year to advance all those teams into the finals. He's got some ceiling potential there. All right, guys, that was our Frenchie Friday number 4. That was the single entry contest. I'm gonna dial up the Solver Draft Report here. Take a peek at it. Obviously, this format's a little different, right? Like we talked about it as we went along, that like you can really try and like push some guys through and then just kind of like hope for the best in the playoffs there. We got this super duper Dallas team bet. This is the biggest wide receiver draft capital bucket I have had in a while. We've talked about how, it's really hard to balance the wide receiver if you don't take a wide receiver in the first round. We got some good ADP value on the quarterbacks, which made it like more palatable, I guess. But yeah, pretty good stuff here. A 3-5-7-3. Nez said he might fuck around, find out because of the format for this one, with some experimental like 1-8-8-1 builds. I think that's probably a little extreme, but I understand the thesis. I think if like one quarterback breaks the slate in week 15, like the over owned potential of it is like so high in the next bucket that I think you want 3 quarterbacks, but I don't know. Haven't done enough research, obviously just figuring it out on the fly. But we go 3-5-7-3 with a 1-3-5 start in the first 9. No rookies or sophomores? That seems wrong. Yeah, we got Jadarian Price. We got at least one rookie on here. Dak Prescott, Malik Willis, Sam Darnold, Derrick Henry, Javonte Williams, Jadarian Price, Brian Robinson, and James Conner. Hopefully James Conner ends up in Green Bay, back with his coach, who is now the defensive coordinator there. Kind of like just pattern matching a little bit. CeeDee Lamb, Tedaroya McMillan, Roma Doomsday, Michael Wilson, Matthew Golden, Jerry Jeudy, Tyreek Hill. And then we got the ultimate swing for the fences, George Kittle, in this format where it's easier to push him through if he comes back a bit later. And then we got Jake Ferguson, part of the super stack, and then AJ Barner as part of the Seattle stack. Does it suck or does it fuck? I think it fucks. I think it's a pretty good team. I think I wish I could have planned out the fifth running back a little bit better. And then I think I wish I could have the Matthew Golden pick back. Although he's probably pretty good for this format. But like, I wish I could have the Matthew Golden, Jerry Jeudy, Tyreek grouping back. But I love the quarterback room. I love the tight end room. I love the stacking that we did. I love starting with the big dog and CeeDee Lamb. I think I would have rather have had Ladd than Tedoroya, but he was gone. I'm not huge on Rome, and I don't like the playoff schedule. So, yeah, I think this is like a half fucks, a cartoon fucks. I like where your guys' head's at with this. I'm trying to come up with the analogy right now that this is like the cute girl at the bar who's like really easy to talk to. You met her in like, psychology 101 where there's like 400 people in the auditorium and she instantly caught your eye. It took you a couple classes to like work your way up to being like, hey, like I'm sitting close to you now. Like I'm John, like how you doing? And you're like, yeah, this girl, like you built her up in your mind. You were like, yeah, she's going to be a real one. And then she just turned out to be a little boring. And, you didn't have as much rapport as you thought you would have. And it just didn't turn out the way you anticipated it. Yes, it's good callback by our guy, Len Keith, to tie a bow on it. Yes, we just did not have the chemistry and the rapport that we wanted to. And the date just kind of felt a little stale and it just lacked that spark, It was, this is a definitely, I'm going to say a 6.2 out of 10 on the Fox scale for us here. But we'll get Nez's thoughts later and he's going to break it all down with our guy Sacrilegious. I got to get going here because I got some real life obligations, but then I also have to make sure I get back into the baseball lobbies here and make good on it. Shout out to the good people at the Solver. Use promo code BADGE at sign up for 20% out. Shout out to the good people in the chat who said what up for the first time. Couple new viewers who have been lurkers for a minute. This is a safe space, baby. This is a safe space. You can say whatever. You can come hang out in the Discord. The boys aren't going to bite, but nice to see and love that Kobe Goat came out of the shadows today. One of the best to do it in the baseball streets this year. Mad respect to the Kobe Goat. So, best of luck to everybody in MLB tonight. If you did not do your Frenchie Friday number 4, get in those lobbies. These single entry contests are really cool. And tag Best Ball and Badge Bros in the Discord there if you want to help fill those lobbies. If you're having trouble filling the single entry contest, I know they can take a little bit more time when they're not done on stream. Cardio Club at the top, new badges, all that fun stuff. And Nez coming your way this evening. I think he said 10 p.m. Eastern with Sacrilegious, Florida MLBs only. All right, everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace. Have a good weekend. Next week's my last week for a bit. Oh, shoot, man. We'll talk about it on Monday. Enjoy the weekend, guys.